Welcome back to Keeping It Real with Grandma Joe in faith and in truth. And this week we're going to be talking about how do I read the Bible? My 3 tips. So my first tip is a Bible app called YouVersion. And what I like about it is the complete Bible, and it has all the versions, all the popular versions that everybody likes. So if you're very comfortable with the King James Version, or you're more comfortable with the NIV, for example, it has those options that you could select. It also has a Bible plan for a year. Then it would give you a plan that walks you through that daily to get through the Bible in a year. The way I like to use it personally, however, is it has a daily word. And in that daily word, I can get it in a text and I can just read it myself. Or there's also a little button, a little link, and it has a speaker. And that speaker is, there's as many speakers as there are verses. Seriously, it's so fun to watch who's going to be next and maybe what even country that they're from. And then they just read the word and then they give their little backstory about that word. So what I love about that is it just really keeps me grounded in the word every single day. And I use it on the way to work most often. My number 2 tip is listening to Dr. Randall Smith, 1 hour, 1 book overview of every book of the Bible. Some friends of ours turned us on, I guess about 6 or 8 months ago. They have already done this for the whole entire Bible. And we just started in the New Testament. And what Dr. Randall Smith does is he does an overview of each book of the Bible. And he explains, opening the Bible, what it's about, who it's written to, whether it's written to the Jews, written to the Gentiles, or both, just a complete backstory of that book. And what's pretty awesome about that is we do that every week. And it makes it so much easier when we actually start reading the Bible to know what it's about, because we just have that familiarity with the story. At the same time that we're doing the 1 hour, 1 book, our son is usually watching Superbooks or sometimes Minnow. He's getting the Word of God in story version for children while we're doing ours in more of an adult version. So the whole family once a week is at least getting that time into the Word. So my 3rd tip is there's just no replacing getting into the Word of God. So whether it's Dr. Randall Smith or your pastor or a conference or the many ways that the Word gets to you from other people, there's just really no replacing reading the Word yourself. So what I recommend that you do is that you get that YouTube going in the morning or in the evening, whichever is your preference, so that you have the Word, a little tiny piece of the Word every day. And then I recommend that once a week, you connect with that Dr. Randall Smith, 1 hour, 1 book. I recommend that you start with John and you listen to the overview of that book. And then start reading the book of John. And I would start with just a chapter, maybe a week. And then pretty soon you'll be through that entire book. And then go back to Dr. Randall Smith, pick the next book, listen to the 1 hour overview, and then start reading that book. And then pretty soon in a year you'll be amazed at how much that you've gotten in the Word of God. Hebrews 5:14 talks about us having solid food. And the reason that we need that is to discern good from evil. And so my challenge verse this week is to actually go and read Hebrews 5:14. Because we start with hiding the Word in our heart so that we just know right from wrong and that we make right choices. And then as we grow and mature, we read the Word and we hide it in our heart so that we can have discernment literally from good and evil. So let me know, when do you like to read the Word? Do you like to do it better in the morning? Or are you a night person and you prefer to do it kind of like right before bed? What's the best time for you? Get back to me in the comments and let me know if any of these tips were helpful to you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.